Hello, everybody. This is Charles Anderson. I'm just a guy from Goodwill, Oklahoma, and I've got a really great video game idea. I'm on my Springside project of DarkMonkey, and of course, more specifically, I'm doing a dev blog for it. And yeah, I'm away from my main project of Tone God Visual Editor, which is setting up for my main project of Eye-Gouging. So yeah. Today I learned how to do pull requests. I mean, honestly, this pull request thingy has just confuzzled me for, the past gosh, what, 3, 4 months? Because I know it was the Great Forum migration where communications I wasn't able to get a hold of Tone God to coordinate, what all stuff she'd like in the engine. Of course, I think she's still got communication issues and can't get back to the forum quite as of yet. But yeah, once she gets back online, I'll be coordinating with her to line out see if there's anything she wants me to add to the tool. But anyway, during that time, of course, I had volunteered to help out. And because I didn't know about pull requests or, just how things were done in general, I was just pretty much going, Durr, and, it was next to useless. But I learned about pull requests today. So I've got this module ready. And so learned that, okay, and I'm actually comboing what I learned because I've actually got my font code finished, so that I can, let's see, DarkMonkey look and feel, yeah, so that if I want to, I can. Oh nope, it's not that. It's on the installer. There's my utils. Yeah, load fonts from jar. It's just a little check the fonts, and of course I have some print system out print lines here to where it checks the font name against if it was registered or not. Does some print out, and of course these system out print lines will be gone in the next version because obviously it works. It was just fun to test, and so I'll be going over that test in this video. But installer, yes, here we are. So this load fonts from jar, this is how I wanted to use it. I've got a folder. It's called fonts, and right here. So if I want to add any other fonts, boom, and I just have to list them and ship it off to load fonts from jar, and it'll load them up into the system. But these fonts, if they're not already on the system, they're just loaded into the Java runtime environment, so they won't actually hang around. And because I already have Deja Vu Sans, which is the font that I like for this look and feel, I can't really test it out. So I went with the help of 10,000 free fonts and picked a font that, looks cool at a high resolution, and big, but would definitely be too busy for something small. So yeah, Planetary Orbiter. I personally like the way this looks. I want to definitely give kudos to the artist who made this font. This is a great font. So anyway, I made sure to toss them in there, and I toss them in there, and there we go. Got that. So let's now witness it in action, shall we? So we got Planetary Orbiter and a little bonus thing. So if you get the Netbeans module for this, this is what you will see. Prepare to have your eyes gouged. Okay, so here's our font. And Yeah, as you can see, I now have sci-fi just smacked all all over the yeah, all over the thing. And of course, here's the cute kitty. It's now a menu item, and we completely replaced Neon's art. It's just for this build, but yeah, there we go. Just because he's so cute, I just had to temporarily build because this is one of those themes that you really don't want to do seriously. You seriously don't want to have something this serious, just busy. But yeah, this is definitely a font that somebody would not typically have installed on their system, and yeah, it won't hang around on the system. So let's take a look at some of the other stuff. Oh, and because it's part of the module, you can actually go in and take your fonts and colors and set them to that font, which will be available every time that the module runs, but it wouldn't be available afterwards. So I went on ahead and set my to that as well. And don't worry, I have not set it to where it manually does this on a new install. It still stays at the Deja Vu Sans. So yeah, safe there. So yeah, there it is. OR. Look, it's a limited font with limited symbols, and the rest comes out as squares. Isn't that awesome? All right. Let's see. Go ahead and close this. Derp. Now on the output, because I have those print lines, I'll just show you, kind of do a rough thing what I did. Okay. All right. So here, these lines. It was like okay for derp. Oh, and I'm breaking into code now for those who want to see stuff like this. So everybody else, that was pretty much it. So load fonts from jar. Okay. I went on ahead and went with the same type of setup that I went with from load image from jar, because it's this the way that this is set up. Even if this DMUtils was ever used, if this package was public and DMUtils was called from this package by some other package in a Netbeans module situation, as long as they sent this, over to through this function, it would properly get the class of the referenced object. So same thing with this, and it's understood from the base directory of whatever called it. So first we start off by getting the local graphics environment. We go on ahead and get all the fonts that are in the graphics environment of the Java runtime. Here's where I listed, but that's commented out. Then we got a little try to catch all these exceptions, and then we just for each of these file names coming in, we attempt to create a font from it. Okay. And then for each of these file names, we go ahead and check the font listing, and if it comes across the font name that equals it, yep, it's been found. Just going ahead and start for the next file name, and it just goes. If it goes to the end of the list and doesn't find it, then it goes on ahead and says, "Oh, not listed, registering it," and then it registers it. So that way it doesn't unnecessarily register extra fonts. It checks and makes sure that it's been installed. If it's not installed, then it goes on ahead and installs it. But it's just for the Java runtime environment. So then, of course, we do just a generic catch, print stack trace, because one of the names over... no, not... Oh, I've got so many windows open. Why? There it is. So yeah, one of these names got misspelled or something, just a misreference. And because it works for true type fonts just fine. And then, of course, this is just another thing that'll, it doesn't really need to be there. It's just the listing at the end. So here's where, just because Planetary Orbiter was at the top of the list, there's registering it now, where it has found it, no action taken, so for all those. And then here's the start of the regular font listing done at the end here. And it just goes through all the fonts and stuff, and, they've got the bold italics, and plain, and there we go. And it even shows. Where's oh, there's Deja Vu. Oh, like here's the logical font entries. That's pretty cool. And as we head down to the end, there's a lot of fonts on my computer. All right, and here's the new additions to the system. And bada boom, bada bing. There we go. So, yep, that's the edition that's up there on it's over on Eye-Gouging Font Test Edition, and I'll have the link below if you want to subject yourself to it. Otherwise, yeah, just leave it here on the video because it's just the font test on a font that, not many people are going to have. So, if anything you found in this video was cool, awesome, great, glad you could use it. So, that's it from here.